The wrong touch can make her pull away, but the right kind of presence can make her feel completely different. Not because you forced attraction. Not because you used a trick. But because in one small moment, your body language told her something your words never could. A hug is not just a hug. It is a quiet test of comfort. A silent conversation. A moment where two people feel each other's confidence, hesitation, nervousness, warmth, and emotional control, all without saying a word. And this is where many men get it wrong. They think the hug is about touching her. But in healthy attraction, it is not about grabbing. It is about making her feel safe enough to relax. That difference changes everything. Because when a woman feels pressure, her body closes. When she feels respected, her body softens. And when she feels both safety and masculine calm at the same time, attraction can shift in a way that words cannot create. Most men focus on where to place their hands. But the deeper question is this: what does your touch communicate? Neediness? Confidence? Respect? Control? Warmth? Or hidden desperation? Because she can often feel the difference before she can explain it. A nervous hug feels rushed. A needy hug feels like you are trying to take something. A confident hug feels grounded. It does not demand. It does not chase. It simply holds the moment. There is a powerful truth here. Attraction often grows when a woman feels she has space to choose. Not when she feels pushed. Not when she feels trapped. Not when a man turns a simple hug into a performance. A hug changes attraction when it feels natural, emotionally aware, and respectful. That starts before your hands ever touch her. It starts with your energy. If you move in too fast, she feels pressure. If you act stiff, she feels awkward. If you hesitate too much, she feels your insecurity. But if you approach with calm eye contact, relaxed shoulders, and a small smile, the entire moment feels different. She does not just feel your arms. She feels your state. And your state matters. A man who is calm makes the hug feel safe. A man who is emotionally controlled makes the moment feel intentional. A man who is not trying too hard becomes easier to trust. Here is the first shift. Do not hug like you are trying to prove attraction. Hug like you are comfortable with connection. There is a big difference. One feels hungry. The other feels grounded. When you hug her, your hands should never feel invasive. They should never rush into private areas. They should never surprise her in a way that creates tension. A mature touch is simple. Upper back. Shoulder area. A gentle hand around the back if the connection is already comfortable. These areas communicate warmth without crossing boundaries. And here is the part many men miss. The power is not in squeezing harder. The power is in timing. A hug that lasts half a second too short feels cold. A hug that lasts too long can feel uncomfortable. But a hug that matches her comfort creates emotional rhythm. That rhythm matters. If she leans in, relaxes, smiles, or stays close, the hug can naturally last a little longer. If she stays stiff, pulls back, or keeps distance, you release immediately. That is emotional intelligence. That is confidence. Because real confidence does not force closeness. It reads the room. It reads her comfort. It respects the signal. And that respect is often more attractive than the touch itself. There is something powerful about a man who can stop. A man who does not overreach. A man who does not need to turn every moment into more. That kind of control creates trust. And trust is one of the strongest foundations of attraction. Now here is where the hug becomes different. When she feels safe, a small pause can create tension. Not awkward tension. Emotional tension. The kind where the moment feels slower than it really is. You hug her. You hold gently. You do not rush. Then you release calmly. No panic. No overthinking. No forced joke to cover nervousness. Just presence. That calm release can say more than holding on too long. Because it communicates something rare. I enjoyed this moment, but I am not desperate for it. That is powerful. Many people are attracted to emotional control because it feels stable. It feels mature. It feels like this person is not trying to steal energy from me. They are simply sharing a moment with me. And that is why the best hug does not feel like a move. It feels like chemistry. But chemistry has boundaries. Without respect, attraction dies. Without comfort, touch feels unsafe. Without emotional awareness, even good intentions can feel wrong. So if you want a hug to change attraction, stop thinking like a man trying to win. Start thinking like a man who knows how to create safety, warmth, and tension without pressure. Because that combination is rare. Safe, but not weak. Warm, but not needy. Confident, but not aggressive. Close, but not entitled. That is the energy that changes the moment. Picture this. You meet her after a good conversation. There is already a little warmth. She smiles. You smile back. You open your arms naturally. Not suddenly. Not dramatically. Just calmly. She steps in. Your hand rests gently on her upper back. You hold for a second. You breathe normally. You are not rushing. You are not trying to impress. Then you let go with ease. And somehow, the moment feels different. Why? Because you did not take. You allowed connection. There is another detail. Your body should not collapse into her. Do not lean your full weight. Do not make her carry your nervousness. Stand grounded. Let the hug feel balanced. A grounded man feels emotionally steady. And emotional steadiness is often what makes physical closeness feel comfortable. This is why some men can hug someone and make it feel warm, while others hug someone and make it feel strange. Same arms. Different energy. Same gesture. Different intention. Same moment. Different emotional signal. And she feels that. Not always consciously. But she feels it. Your touch should match the relationship. If you barely know her, keep it light and respectful. If you are dating and there is clear mutual comfort, the hug can feel warmer. If she is emotionally open with you, your presence can feel deeper. But never skip stages. Attraction grows through trust. When you rush touch, you break the emotional bridge. When you respect the pace, you build it. And sometimes, the restraint is what creates the spark. Because restraint says, I have control. It says, I respect you. It says, I am not ruled by impulse. That kind of self-control is quietly attractive. Especially in a world where many people confuse boldness with pressure. Boldness is not pushing. Boldness is being present without fear. There is also a mistake that kills the moment instantly. Overthinking. When a man is mentally counting seconds, planning hand placement, or trying to manufacture chemistry, the hug feels mechanical. It stops feeling human. And attraction does not respond well to mechanical energy. It responds to presence. So relax. Breathe. Feel the moment. Let the hug be honest. If there is connection, she will feel it. If there is not, forcing it will not create it. This is emotional maturity. Knowing the difference between opportunity and pressure. Between warmth and neediness. Between confidence and entitlement. Between attraction and possession. A hug is powerful because it reveals your inner world. If you are anxious, it leaks. If you are desperate, it leaks. If you are calm, that leaks too. And calmness has a strange effect. It makes people feel safer around you. It makes your presence feel stronger. It makes your touch feel more meaningful. Not because you are doing more, but because you are doing less with more awareness. That is the paradox. The hug that changes attraction is usually not the boldest one. It is the one that feels natural, respectful, and emotionally controlled. It makes her feel seen, not handled. It makes her feel safe, not cornered. It makes her feel chosen, not claimed. And when someone feels that kind of energy from you, the moment can stay in their mind longer than you expect. Because people may forget the exact words you said. They may forget the small details of the day. But they remember how your presence made their nervous system feel. And sometimes, attraction begins right there. Not in the touch itself, but in the safety behind it.